The news summary, good evening. The government of Seychelles will be receiving a loan of $20 million from the African Development Bank with a 2% interest rate. The money will be used to support finance priority government programs and projects. The government has enough money to import the essential needs of the country, such as food, medicine, and fuel, but has a budget deficit due largely to the COVID-19 situation. The chief debt analyst Dick Labonte and the principal secretary for economic planning Elizabeth Agatin gave details of the $20 million loan from the African Development Bank.
The facility is for $20 million US dollars. It has a repayment period of 17 years, which include 8 years grace period. It is at an affordable interest rate. This will add on to the debt to GDP ratio by 1.5%, but it forms part of the IMF reform program, and we have ensured that the debt will remain on a sustainable path. And we are trying, by taking this loan, we are finding cheap loans that will help us to restore the debt back to a sustainable path.
This budget support operation is as part of the bigger macroeconomic reform program which the country is embarking on. Actually, we are planning to negotiate the same sort of financing structure or the budget support operations with other development partners for the next 3 years. And this financing will assist us to bridge the financing gap which currently we have in our budget.
2 new Supreme Court judges have been sworn in during a ceremony at the State House. The swearing-in ceremony for BASTIENNE and David ESPARON took place in front of President WAVEL RAMKALAWAN and the Vice President Ahmed Afif. The members of the Constitutional Appointments Authority and family members of the 2 judges were also present.
After having been interviewed by the Constitutional Appointments Authority, CAA, the 2 new judges for the Supreme Court were chosen. In this procedure, there were 11 applicants, 6 foreigners and 5 Seychellois. BASTIENNE says that being a judge for the Supreme Court is an important role for society.
It's a noble job and a difficult job. And the fact that I have been entrusted with this task, my job will be to ensure that I deliver justice on behalf of the judiciary. And as it has been said, or it is often said, the expectation of our nation is very high. And many of us in different organizations, including in the judiciary, we have a role to play depending on what is our position in that ministry or department. And as far as the judiciary is concerned, now that I have been appointed as a fully fledged of the Supreme Court, my job will be to ensure that I deal with cases justly.
David ESPARON, who was Deputy Attorney General, is also now a judge for the Supreme Court. Mr. ESPARON says he spent 18 years working in the legal system, and he knows very well that being a judge for the Supreme Court is a very heavy responsibility.
I know the people of Seychelles have a very big expectation to the judiciary and to the new junior judges appointed. So I will serve as a servant of the people of Seychelles and make sure that justice is being done, obviously. My experience is a lot in criminal law and also in proceeds of crimes and money laundering, obviously. I've done extensive training in that one, and also in the civil law, because I come from mixed jurisdiction, obviously, from Mauritius, just like Seychelles, where French law is the basis of civil law. So I'll be able to help.
The 2 new judges were sworn in for the Supreme Court in front of President RAMKALAWAN. The head of state congratulated the 2 judges. Mr. RAMKALAWAN highlighted the judges' position is very important.
It's the CA that makes the recommendations. And from day one, I said that I would respect the decisions of the CA because I want to see strong institutions being built. The two judges have worked in the legal profession for quite some time. They have a number of years of experience. And I basically said to them that the expectations are very high. People expect fast justice, they expect fairness, and they expect to be dealt with according to the law.
The president also expressed that the Seychellois have a great expectation towards the system of justice in our country.
Lieutenant Colonel Jean ATTALA has been appointed as commander of the Seychelles Coast Guard. President WAVEL RAMKALAWAN, who is the commander-in-chief of the Seychelles People's Defense Forces, handed him his letter of appointment this morning, attending the ceremony at State House where the chief of the SPDF, members of the Seychelles Defense Council, and Vice President Ahmed Afif. His appointment takes effect on the 1st of August. Lieutenant Colonel ATTALA said that the Coast Guards, together with its local and international partners, will see how they can strengthen the fight against maritime crimes, including drug trafficking.
The country has a lot of challenges, and the government has put a lot of emphasis on the fight against narcotics. And Coast Guard, as the maritime arm of the defense forces, have a very big role to play in this context. And as Coast Guard, we intend to work in collaboration and partnership with all the local agencies that are working towards dealing with issues of maritime security, and as well with the other forces that operate within the region, so that we can together synergize our effort to deal with all these illegal activities that is taking place, as well as ensure that mariners operate in a safe and secure environment.
Special envoy for the Democratic Republic of Congo has presented its candidature for the post of Executive Secretary of the Southern African Development Community, or SADC, to Vice President Ahmed Afif this afternoon at State House. The Democratic Republic of Congo is seeking the support of Seychelles for its candidate. And that's it for the news summary. Bye-bye for now.